Hey there, Tesak here, and ever since I met my friends last summer and we played the board game of Heroes, I have been thirsting for some turn-based strategy action. I tried some Heroes 3 both with my friends and alone, but gosh, the remastered version is pile of crap and I'm not about to drop money on the GOG version just yet, especially since I own Heroes 4 twice already, which ironically is my favorite Heroes game of all times. Yes, I know most people hate it, but I love it. So before I get to buying Heroes 3 and playing through all the campaigns, I decided to do the same for Heroes 4 first. And these playthroughs are mostly for me as I need to gaslight my monkey brain into playing some games instead of working all the time. And for some reason my brain likes making crappy YouTube videos and sees it as work, not playing, so I guess it's fine. Anyway, we will be starting with Haven, which I never really liked, but there we go. It's the first campaign from the top left corner. The story starts pretty strong. We are playing as Lysandra, king of our kingdom, and I like the story already. We quickly learn that our family has been killed by necromancers. The story quickly tells us that this is the new world as the Reckoning destroyed the old one from Heroes 3 and previously, and we have been one of the characters that helped thousands of refugees to get through the portals to the new one. We also learn about certain Sarah Warrenton, who is behind uprising in our kingdom, and we are on a quest to provide evidence that we should stay as a king who cares for his people and he should be ignored. We gotta get Ankh of Life to do that, to get some priest join us. And this priest is gonna be very important later on, but I'm not gonna probably mention that. If you really care about the story, go and play it yourself. The story is really good, the game is not that bad. Well, anyway, back to the topic, we got the Ankh during our first big battle, and we continue to do more quests. I'm also finishing some side quests for Farm Woman and Old Seaman, and after the final battle, we are off to find an Oracle of the Dawn, which is main plot of the next map. On the next map, which is map 2 of the campaign, I decided to clear everything with just heroes, although I haven't had to, especially at the beginning. This is the part I like a lot about Heroes 4 hero system. Anyway, later on, this will prove to be impossible, so I will stop using just heroes. Anyway, I didn't record much on this map, because once we beat the first group of enemies, it's basically the same over and over and over again. But we learn a cool story about letting go and we help some angel out of prison. The next fight costed us considerable amount of crusaders. As you can see, I had to use normal units. But luckily the few optional fights from there were a piece of cake. Right after the last fight we met the Oracle, it told us some riddle and uncovered another line of story for Milton, the narrator who fell in love with her, the Oracle. That being said, we are on map 3 now and our journey continues to region, I think it's region, known as the Wheel, where rebels reside. We instantly learn that our main enemy is hiding his mother here and she is the key to our victory. Shame the lands are hostile and local barons instantly declare war on us. Regardless of that, we get first good lead pretty soon in form of 2 blacksmiths we hire. The plot thickens and I have first point of criticism. Out of the 3 maps we played so far, we haven't really had access to towns. One map was played completely townless. For campaign most players played, I guess it was a poor choice. The idea is good, but probably not for most Heroes series fans. Anyway, the story is quite captivating and fights are mostly lossless at this stage, thanks to our heroes being extremely overleveled from the previous map. But we finally get worthy opponent in Teal player, especially since I messed up a bit. I could have restarted the fight, but I like the challenge, so I continued with large losses. Also the AI decided to do this power move, you can tell this game was rushed. Anyway, after building massive army, which was not needlessly tedious thanks to absence of fucking plague and having access to bloody caravans, it's time to attack the big neutral army and break through. And like that, we are off to the next map. Map 4 it is, we've solved some riddle and we got enemy's mom on our side. I'm not lying, this is part of the plot. It sounds like a plot from Call of Duty lobby, but yeah. Anyway, we need to find true Griffon-Heart's blade to put end to the civil war in our kingdom. And we learned that Blade Wearer is nobody else than our enemy's father, and we learned that from his mother. So now we gotta get enemy's father on our side as well. And we are kinda on tight schedule. as our enemy sent army to kill his father. And I'm really simplifying the story. Trust me, it's really well written and interesting, but we don't have time to retell the whole story. Anyway, there we suffered our first defeat, so I gotta rethink the strategy. The strategy is to sacrifice few units, as water elementals are not really so OP thanks to their spells, but they cannot cast through existing enemy in front of my heroes. So, I just gotta say, the amount of physical damage reduction we can achieve as Haven is insane. And keep in mind, my heroes are mages, not fighters. Sadly, that doesn't apply to magic. Anyway, the first big fight of the map provided quite a difficult challenge, as the AI keeps blasting my objective hero with disintegration, and because I didn't pick any resistance, they did basically deleted my hero and we lost the game even though we won the battle. The strategy is the same as before, we push ahead with some creatures and sacrifice them. With the battle won, we free up the old man and proceed to the next map. I hoped for more fights, but whatever. Now, we are on our last map, returning back to our kingdom, which is in ruins and in the middle of civil war. Once again, we are starting with just heroes and no towns. It makes sense, kinda. There is a lot of scripted events, and the storytelling matches them, which makes the campaign really enjoyable for me. I cannot complain that much, especially since we get 2 towns through scripted events quite quickly, and 1 more through side quest. In this campaign, there is a lot of side quests, and I really like that. Just one minor complaint, one side quest has us kill bunch of peasants for single farmer, and we do. I'm not sure who is the bad guy destroying the kingdom here, but let's forget about that and let's blast some more armies. We get big damage reduction and also we get to resurrect 50% of our casualties after every fight, so we don't even have to care about conservation of our own units anymore. And we break through the first big stack and attack Mr. Teal guy. Rushing through his territory and attacking the furthest town would be usually a bad idea, but this guy has all his army stashed there, and I didn't want to risk him running around with it playing cat and mouse game. Downside is, we got big losses, but again, 50% troops resurrected didn't hurt that much. Anyway, with Teal enemy eliminated, well, now we had the biggest battle yet, and I'm kinda glad the AI rushed me outside of the town, as fighting such army would be probably impossible at this point if I fight it in a town. The bonuses in Heroes 4 of town walls and stuff are extremely strong and not to be messed with. Anyway, our overbuffed main Gigachad hero carried us through the way and we got the town shortly. At this point I could have attacked the main story and won the campaign, but I decided to explore the whole map first. By doing so, I broke the story, but luckily someone thought about it and hotpatched it, so we still could continue. Anyway, to conclude the story, during this map, Milton, the narrator, is held prisoner by our enemy. We free him, offer him becoming a baron of a town or something like that, so he can start his family. Then we capture our enemy, and we are proclaimed the one and only king. Then is one untied plotline regarding our siblings, though. But that's, I guess, for later days. This has been the story, how we took back Paleandra and became the king of it. Campaign finished. To conclude, last time I played these campaigns and Heroes 4 in general is almost 10 years ago, and I never finished them all. I finished a bunch of them, but not all of them. The game holds strong nostalgia for me, but I have to admit there are shortcomings and faults, and the game is not perfect. Especially the AI is just dumb, and to make up for it, it tries to be unfair and has some advantages by specifically attacking and blasting the main objective heroes. So if they die, the campaign just fails. Also, they see you wherever you are and they see your numbers in towns and stuff, even when they don't have explored that part of the map. As expected, I enjoyed the game and story, even though there are some shortcomings, as I said. The story is extremely well written and fun. Feels like reading a novel, not playing a game, and I keep pushing to learn more of the story. Besides that, I self-imposed some regulations that I can only use the magic of the alignment I am playing, or at least I tried to do my best about it. Playing just Haven with life magic is really strong. I always held Haven as weaker faction, but so far it proved to be rather strong. In my original notes I went more into details, but no, that's topic for a whole video, which I don't think I will ever make. Feel free to let me know though if you would like breakdown of each faction for both Heroes 4 and eventually Heroes 3 as well. That being said, the next campaign is Fortress, Might or Barbarians. However you wanna call it, it's one faction mashed together. Until then I'm off and I will see you next time.